It's Bourbon Night. Hello, I'm Chad.
I'm Sarah.
Welcome to day 6 of It Already Happened. It already started. Of the LBS Advent Calendar. I've already started losing track of my days. It's Thursday. What do we have, Sarah?
We have Old Forester 1897.
Old Forester 1897, named after the year that the Bottled and Bond Act came into effect.
That's right.
So if I was a betting man, I would say this is Bottled and Bond 100 proof.
That's correct.
Oh, and I've also had it many times before.
Yes. It's made in style, like to honor all 19th century whiskey, but it's namely calling to the Bottled and Bond Act of 1897, like you said.
There you go, yeah. The first Consumer Protection Act, even before the FDA was invented, we needed to have quality control over our whiskey.
Like when people talk about how much they love America, I love America because we had quality control over our whiskey before we had it over our food.
Like 20 years later, like, maybe we should do something about food?
Oh, people are getting sick. Maybe we should do something.
But the whiskey's okay.
Yeah, as long as the whiskey's okay. So this is 72% corn, 18% rye, and I don't know math, so whatever the rest of that is.
Smells like the rest of it's barley.
Malted barley, that's right. This tastes more citrusy than I remember before.
You've already tasted it?
I mean, smells. I'm sorry. The math got me all out of whack.
Yeah.
You don't know what day it is.
Math.
I can't do math.
So, just like usual?
Yeah.
Okay. I get baked banana bread.
I was gonna say bananas.
Yes, it's because you just made some.
I did make some really good
awesome
banana bread.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
walnuts. Yep.
This is actually smelling. I mean, it's a turned down version of it, but it's.
But it does nose like that, doesn't it? With the walnuts.
Even
and
with the walnuts in there, yes, absolutely.
Well, what a compliment to me, because I like the Whiskey Row series. So this is the second bottling in the Whiskey Row series. The 1870, 1897.
Mm-hmm.
Then technically the 1920 came first. Then the 1910.
Then they came out with the 1910. What are you doing?
Chronologically, you know.
Yeah. Of course, the 1920s, hands down. No argument, no holds barred, is the best.
If you ask us.
All right. Great nose, banana bread.
Banana bread.
Let's see what we got going on here.
It's a lot milder than I remember.
I'm not so much getting banana bread on the palate, but I do
but on the
get
finish.
More of a banana Foster because it tastes more like a ripe, kind of mushy banana, but also the sweetness in there, the syrupy nature of it.
I get that in the front.
Kind of like a banana Foster.
Yeah, I get that at the front, and then it turns into the banana bread for me.
Yeah, you start
finish.
getting the walnut on the finish.
Yep. That kind of brings it back down. It kind of jumps from that sweetness to a little bit more of a savory, that walnut.
Yeah. Yeah. It is. Yeah.
It is very sweet at the beginning, though.
It's generally a sweet bourbon, sweet smelling, sweet tasting. You can tell me this is 86 proof, and I'd be like, yeah.
Yeah, if you told me this was 86 to 90 proof, I will believe you. If you asked me to guess, I would probably say 90.
And maybe it kicks in a little bit more on the second sip. Let's find out. And
it does kick more at the front.
A little.
Less overwhelmingly
like a
sweetness.
90 proof. Now it's up to 90 proof.
For me, it's more like a 94.
Oh, okay.
Oh, God.
Okay, so 94.
It's still...
93.5 for me.
Inching on that 100. Not quite, though. It's still really mellow, I think, for a Bottled and Bond.
A little bit of a creeping heat rising on the tongue in the finish
I think
department.
It's a building heat.
It is a building heat. But it's really pleasant. Mm-hmm. It's not, it's not like a burn. It's just it's a nice all-over tongue.
A light Kentucky pat on the back.
Yeah, not a hug.
Not a hug, just an
acquaintance.
Like a little rub and pat.
There.
Yeah. There. That's what it is.
It's a Kentucky there. It's a Kentucky bless your heart.
Bless your heart.
Oh, bless your heart.
That's exactly what it is.
Bless your heart. Did we just invent that?
Yes.
It's Bourbon Night 2018. For as lightly charred as Old Forester barrels are, I am on the finish getting a little bit of that char.
And that's what I appreciate the most about the Whiskey Row series is that I feel like, personally, out of all of the Old Forester offerings and all the Brown-Forman offerings, to say, just go ahead and extend it to that.
Yeah.
I think this line has the most flavor and the most... I think it's just the variety. Like, this one is of a certain style, the 1870 is of a certain style, and the 1910 and 1920 also.
And the 1920 is delicious, and the 1910, they just messed up.
No, that's not true. That is one man's opinion. I do not agree with that opinion. It is divisive.
It is.
But I think that's because it's finished, and I think that finished bourbons divide people.
So you consider double oak to be finished?
Well, yes, it's additionally oaked in another
It
barrel.
is additionally oaked. Now, what did that
It's
falls
bourbon that
into?
came out one time. It was bourbon. It still is bourbon. They just have
But it's
added
still-
a step to the process.
But it's still a never before used oak.
So it's
Charred oak
technically
barrel.
still bourbon and does not need the caveat of double oaked, but I think people like the caveat of double oaked.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I think it's a
That-
selling point.
That's a topic for another video.
Let's be real. On Tuesday the 11th, we are going to be doing the Old
1910.
Forester 1910. So we will talk more about finished things.
Or double oaked things,
And
depending
such.
on your mind space.
Oh, and we'll be doing the 1870 on the 8th. The 1920 is not on here.
What are you doing? And this also isn't our last bottled and bond. We got New Riff coming up that's bottled and bond. We've got McKenna that's bottled and bond.
That's right, Heaven Hill.
Yep. And, and it works? Or you're just clumsy.
I'm just clumsy.
You're just clumsy.
I was about to say, can I get some more of that? But it's empty.
Well, I mean, we do have a bottle.
Let's
but,
be real. I
yeah.
just got enough tastes of it. I know how I feel.
I would recommend this. It's not the clear winner in the Whiskey Row series, but I think from memory I liked it better than the 90 proof of the first offering, and I definitely like it better than 1910. I'm just gonna say personally.
Cool, cool.
So I put this in 2nd out of 4 for the Whiskey Row series from Old
Yeah.
Forester.
Yeah, I would put it in, about 2nd or 3rd. I'd have to try it side by side with the 1910 to be
Sure.
able to say.
Maybe now we can do a flight fight of all 4
I
of them.
totally think we should.
Yeah,
I think that
there we
each
go.
one is so unique, though, that they're going to stand out. But I think it would be fun just to do that.
Well, that'll do it for us. If you haven't hit that subscribe button yet and you're liking what we're bringing to the table, please go ahead and do that. You can give us one of these, a thumbs up. You can leave us a comment or a question down below. And you can also give whiskeyambitions.com a visit now. That is
Please
where
do.
you can find Bourbon Night merch and other whiskey-related apparel, glassware, so on and so forth. The official home for It's Bourbon Night is whiskeyambitions.com.
Go there.
Go there. It's not a secret. Just go there.
Just go.
What else, Sarah?
Well, you can become a patron for as little as $1 a month and join in our community and conversation. It's patreon.com/itsbourbonnight. You can find these Tribecas, little sample bottles just like this, and everything you need to make your own bourbon night, and some holiday gift ideas at our Amazon influencer page. It's amazon.com/shop/itsbourbonnight.
And lastly, you can follow us on all them social media goodnesses at It's Bourbon Night. We keep it easy for you.
Yep.
Tune in tomorrow, Sarah. What we got tomorrow?
Tomorrow we have James E. Pepper 1776 rye.
7 and
Dang,
6.
I'm having trouble with those numbers today.
It's all right. Numbers, they're evil. So tune in for that. Until then, happy holidays, everyone. And thanks, Sarah.
Thanks, Shad.
Okay. Until then, we'll see you tomorrow, guys. Drink more bourbon.
This goes here, and I guess it goes here.
I don't know what it is, but here it is.
What does it do?
Oh.